The most challenging part, I mean, I think it changes all the time. Like I think like everything's scary until you do it, and then you're like, oh, okay, it wasn't that bad. Like it was okay. Like I got through it, or this sucked and this was great. I think the transition from being in the background of things as a producer and as a dance music producer and as a ghost producer before all that, and then learning to sing and being like, do people care about what I sound like? That was pretty scary. But that was a couple years ago now. I think that was 2020ish that I decided I was like, let's just try this out and figure this out. But I think what I held on to was the authenticity and like the vulnerability of the songs is like even if I'm not the best singer and even if I didn't have the best tone or the best range or whatever it was or the best pitch, like I always knew that my songwriting would at least be me, and I think that's what people are looking for. I think they're looking for human connection, so I've at least always been authentic with that. But that comes with its own set of like boundaries as well. It was scary being like, yeah, for sure, I'm just gonna tell you about all of my ex relationships and all of my like shortcomings as a human being. And having people resonate with it was really really cool, and opened my eyes a lot into like, I mean, I guess the value that I put on music, because before I was always just such a passive listener. Like making music, I was like, it got to a point where it felt a little bit like a commodity to me, like a little bit. And I know it sounds kind of ridiculous and like strange, especially like creating music. But then when I started singing the music, I started appreciating it more. Like I started understanding like, oh, this is more than just a song. This is more than just like a way to make a living. This is more than just a way to play shows and to meet people and travel. It's like it really just connects humans, and like it's a way to say things for people who can't find the words to say them. I'll give you a small anecdote. This is kind of an aside, but uh, I wrote a song called Matthew about my older brother who passed away in 2008, and it was horrible. It was a horrible experience, and going through that, I just repressed it and never talked about it. And my dad, who has been in a ton of bands like growing up, and he traveled all through Australia. That's where he's from. Said he tried to write a ton of songs about it and couldn't do it. And as soon as I wrote that song and showed him that, he's like, I've been trying to say that for so long and I didn't know how to say it. And that gave me so much, just hearing that, because it's like, as artists and as songwriters and as I guess members of this like global community, it's like if you can help somebody express themselves, or if you can resonate with somebody and make them feel better or worse or feel something, like, I mean, that's the goal. Like we're all just trying to connect on that level, and that gave me more than or that feeling, I guess, gives me more than anything now. It's just like, how does this make everyone feel, and how does it connect us all?